Oh, brilliant. Well, we're here to really launch our product. We've had an MVP on the market now for over 10 years, and we had a focus group of customers along the way that were small businesses, and they were saying to me, do you know what, I'd love the ability to just be able to send a link, get my invoice paid by customer direct. They wanted to be able to store all their data in one place. They're actually struggling with a lot of tools, like for marketing, you needed something else. For your social, you needed your Facebook and your Instagram, and now TikTok, and now God knows what else, So it's a kind of a myriad labyrinth for small businesses to navigate, and it's really, really difficult. And what happened was I had conversations over the years to go, all you need is this, all you need is this. And one of my great friends actually said to me, do you know what, Jen, will you just sort that out? And that's how it started. And that was all those years ago. I had the idea back in 2013. So we were on the market then. We basically we did a long period of marketing research and development and kind of, getting exactly what people needed. And we were determined to make it really, really user-friendly, and that's quite difficult in the technical world, as you can imagine. So we were trying to ensure that everything was just seamless, that basically if you were able to set up a Facebook profile or an Instagram profile, that you were able to set up a topper page, and on your topper page then it means that you can set up products, events, appointments. Doesn't matter what you're selling, whether it's payments or say services and products, you can actually have all of that on your page within minutes. And it also makes you look super slick overnight, so you can be a professional business within minutes without having to spend a huge amount of money. We found that from the research, the average spend was about 5,000 to 10,000 euro to get a website, and what we would call that would be a brochure website. A brochure website is often a website that will look fancy but actually not help the small business, because you can't trade with a person, and that's the core functionality of a small business. They need the ability to trade. So if you can't do business on a website, then that business isn't actually serving your business. So what we do is we actually make the page super functional, so that the minute someone goes on, they see what you sell, whether it's services or products or events, and basically they can interact with you then. But one of our super slick features that we're really excited about now is the subscription, because that's brand new, and we're a subscription business ourselves. So we are in the SaaS landscape. We sell on a monthly basis to customers. So now we're giving the ability to small businesses to become a subscription business overnight, and that's really something special. There's nothing really on the market at the moment that does everything that we do in one place, and that's not including then the accompanying app that will also allow them to take a credit card payment at any time on their phone, and also market by email and text to their customer database. So it really just makes them super slick overnight. Oh, it's huge. I suppose I always feel that, I've worked kind of in the corporate world now for so long as well, and I understand what the difference is when you have funding behind you as a business. You can actually get the tools and resources that you need. And my heart goes out to people that really graft. Like the small businesses that I meet are working so incredibly hard, and they're working around the clock, and they really are just so diligent and doing their best and striving for excellence all the time. And yet, it's very difficult because they often get shortchanged. They will have no-shows. They will have people that will really let them down because they don't understand that person is really relying on their business to actually function and put food on the table. This is the reality with small businesses. So at the end of the day, I was like, it's so cruel that these people don't have the technology that they deserve. And I was like, surely we can give the state-of-the-art bells and whistles to these people without having it to be, ridiculous expense. And, it's funny, over the years, I remember being at a conference event, it's just popping into my head now, but this guy came up to me and he was like, so what do you guys do? And I was like, well, we do CRM, we do payments, we do appointments, we do events, and we actually have it all on one page, but we're also building subscriptions. And I remember he said to me, you can't do that. You just can't. And I was like, why not? And then I just personally, for me now, that was an absolute driver to go, if someone says you can't do something, I'm like, you totally can. And now it has been hard, and it's been ridiculously hard, from our side, because we are trying to break the mold and do everything different. Like what we've built is so different from what's out there at the moment. But that's why I'm really excited about it, because I've seen the reaction with the small businesses that I've set up on the platform, and that's what gives me the joy when I see them going, oh my God, and this is amazing. And they just plug and play, you see, so they can put in a picture and a price, and then when they save it, we log out of their platform, and then I show them their webpage, and they just can't believe they built it themselves, because it's so super slick. We have it automatically structured for them, so it's very hard to go wrong. Like basically you put in your favorite image, your favorite product price, whatever it is, and all of a sudden, without realizing it, you've created a really slick kind of online presence for your business. And that was what got me excited, because when I saw people going, oh my God, this actually empowers me. Often you see the problem is they are reliant on third party So they will pay, say, 5,000, 10,000 for a website, and it's only afterwards then they realise, okay, I have this really cool looking website, but number one, it doesn't allow them to trade, and then number two, they actually don't have the ability to change it. So if they even want to change one sentence on it, they need to contact a developer. If they want to change an image, they have to contact a developer, and that developer will often charge, say, could be 500 to €1,000 a day. So that's obviously not something that's easy for them to do. So with this, they can edit it at any time. If they decide, you know what, I'm not going to sell that product anymore, I'm going to change that price, I'm going to increase my subscriptions, they can actually do all of that themselves. So it's quite empowering for the small business. So that's what I'm all about. I'm about empowering all the people that are really, really trying out there. Well, you know, this is just incredible. You know, to me, this is the absolute dream, you know. I genuinely had this notion, if you like, you know, the way we all get these ideas that pop into our heads over the years, and this really was the dream for me back in 2013.
Back in 2013, yeah.
Back in 2013, and you know, it just shows, you know, life is funny. When you have these little ideas, I really felt there was something in this, and I have, even through all the challenges that I faced myself, and I also work full time and I run this business on the side, and I'm building it up basically for the, I suppose, the benefit of people to actually really get out there and be able to really trade on the worldwide scale. And so I understand the difficulties, and I also understand that I've gone bootstrapped as well. So I really get it, you know, as in I really resonate with small businesses. So to me, an event like this was really, if you like, pushing the boat out for us, because this was the risk to go, okay, if we want to let people know that we're here, I'm going to have to just go for it. And I think that's kind of along the vein of, you know, I just loved, when I got the contact about this, I couldn't believe, number one, the similarities with the Topper name and of course Topper technology, and then I thought the irony that it was actually in Cork in Ireland, in my home country. So I was like, it's just brilliant. The timing was ridiculous, because we actually went live with our new platform only on the 7th of July, just before the event, and then having our branding on the sales, and yesterday being out of the water, it really is a dream come true. And you know, I hope this is really the start of something amazing, and that a lot of people will benefit from our technology, you know, because I really am excited for them to be there. But I suppose the main thing is just the alignment between the ethos of everything, that like all brands have very aligned values, you know, and hearing Marcus and the club here talking about, you know, that they're all about inclusivity, that everyone from any walk of life can be part of the sailing community, and likewise Roger and John and Bill from Topper Class Association, and then the Topper Worlds, we're all about the same thing. They really are so welcoming, and so, like, you know, they really want to involve everyone, and they've been so kind to me, particularly not coming from the sailing background. I just can't get over how kind everyone has been. Honestly, it's been amazing. So when I see then what I was asking them was, like, you know, what is it to be a great sailor? And they're saying, like, it's all about courage, conviction, you know, going for it and navigating the water, making the decisions, having the agility to move when you need to. And to me, that is an absolute small business, you know. On the water, they are navigating uncertain waters all of the time. They're trying to make those decisions. They're trying to do the right thing at the right time, and they're spinning a lot of plates. So what I'm hoping is our technology can take the paperwork side out of it, the worrying side, the accountancy side, the invoicing, the payments, looking well online. We can sort all of that so that they can focus on their core talent, which is running their business.